We wake up early in the morning before a dive, and then you hear the birds, you know, singing away. It's just, you know, you forget about everything when you see that.
It's just the feeling of being away in a so remote place.
It's been one of those offbeat locations, far off anywhere, that people have been talking about, but very few go.
There's still islands there where humans have not touched it yet.
Halmahera is a part of Indonesia I've never been to, and I'd heard about it from other people saying this is the next Raja Ampat.
Halmahera for sure went over my expectations in terms of diversity. For me it definitely is on the level of Raja Ampat, if not better.
Di Halmahera banyak sekali variasi ikan, lebih banyak dari di mana-mana yang pernah saya lihat di Indonesia.
Masuk pulau Ternate, sudah Balia, Pulau Riri.
Halmahera is located in the eastern part of Indonesia, between Lambe Strait in North Sulawesi and Raja Ampat in West Papua. The island of Halmahera itself is the largest island in the Maluku province. It is surrounded by hundreds of tiny islands and islets, most of them uninhabited. Local communities live on the inhabited islands. Their main industries are hunting and fishing.
Selamat datang di kota Ternate.
They also grow coconuts for copra production. Orang-orang basudara The famous naturalist Alfred Russel Wallace visited Halmahera and wrote about it in his book, The Malay Archipelago. It is on the island of Ternate, suffering of high fever, that came to him the idea of natural selection through the survival of the fittest. Wallace wrote his ideas in a letter and sent it to Darwin. The rest is history. No need to be Darwin or Wallace to understand that these islands are unique, above, but as well below the surface. Located between the Molucca Sea and the Pacific Ocean, the Halmahera Archipelago is in the heart of the Coral Triangle. It sees shelter a rich marine ecosystem. A survey by Dr. Jerry Allen, a well-known coral fish authority, recorded a total of 803 species of reef fish. In comparison, a similar survey conducted in Raja Ampat recorded 828 species. Halmahera and the surrounding islands are still preserved from mass tourism. And for divers who want to explore this new paradise, the options are quite limited.
Nama saya Marwan Muhammad. Saya bekerja sebagai pelaut, bekerja di kapal. Dan sekarang saya bekerja di PT Blue Bay Divers yang melayani tour untuk diving di Halmahera. Salah satu spot yang cukup terkenal di daerah ini. Untuk trip Halmahera itu rata-rata kita setiap trip 12 hari. Kita start dari Sahaum, mulai hitung hari pertama sehingga di Lembeh, dan tujuan selanjutnya adalah ke Tipure dan pulau-pulau sekitarnya yang ada di Halmahera Selatan, dan balik hitungannya sampai 12 hari kembali lagi ke Sahaum.
So when you're on board, it's you hear the sounds of the boat while you're going, when you're crossing, right? So it's not a big cruise ship. It's actually, it goes with the movements of the sea. Which, you know, if you just let your imagination flow, you would almost imagine what it would be like when the first Europeans came to this part of the world in their wooden boats, right? So you kind of get that feeling, which I thought was very special.
The boat itself, because it doesn't take so many guests, you have a surprising amount of space everywhere. It's a very convenient boat. I'm happy to spend a lot of time on it.
It's one of the most experienced boats in that area. So when Anke called us that and she said that she has enough people, then there's no question we would like to join.
I really like Sunshine in many respects. The main reason I like it so much is the staff. The guest to staff ratio is quite small, so I have very good contact with the staff. They feel like such a close team, and they are always happy, especially when you come back from a dive. They will always be cheering you, and there will be a lot of energy going around. So the staff is probably what makes me feel most at home.
KLM Sunshine adalah satu-satunya Liveaboard yang sering melayani Halmahera, dan kita tahu semua tempat yang website yang bagus di sini dibandingkan Liveaboard lainnya. Jadi kami menjamin bahwa kepuasan tamu yang ada naik di Sunshine lebih daripada kapal lain, karena kita menguasai tempat-tempat yang orang lain tidak tahu website selain kita.
Nama saya Nofri, saya berasal dari Bunaken dan saya bekerja sebagai dive guide. Saya bekerja sebagai dive guide kurang lebih 6 tahun. Saya belajar tahu tempat diving, spot-spot diving di sini. Itu pertama kali saya ikut trip dengan Sunshine. Jadi saya banyak tahu tempat-tempat diving di sini karena banyak ikut trip dengan Sunshine. Di Halmahera, seperti saya bilang tadi, tempat-tempat divingnya sangat bagus karena karang bagus, banyak ikan, dan juga visibility bagus. Dan untuk itu banyak tamu yang mau ikut Sunshine untuk trip ke Halmahera.
the fish are still curious. They're cautious, but not afraid. And that is very special. I don't know of any other place where I can imagine fish coming up to you and say, well, that's a funny looking scuba diver, let's have a closer look. You know what I mean?
Daerah ini terkenal dengan barang-barang besar, seperti salah satu yang favorit di sini adalah manta dan banyak barang besar lainnya.
The variety of fish at the dive sites was absolutely astounding. And yeah, of course, you know, seeing a lot of sharks, finally. I mean, a lot of sharks.
As soon as we jumped in, I was astounded by the number of fish there. I usually gauge a dive site by the amount of fusiliers you see as you're going down, and there was plenty of fusiliers, so I knew it was going to be an amazing dive, and it turned out to be an amazing dive.
Coral-wise, it's very hard to beat, and the amount of fish and sharks I think is at the same level. And then now we went with KLM SUNSHINE, which has specialist macro guides, so I was more than pleased with the amount of macro life we were able to see as well.
The fact that it's a small boat with just a few divers and usually repeat divers, and I guess my favourite one was being reunited with previous participants of the Sunshine and Blue Bay trips.
Favorite moment being on the boat. I really enjoyed. We had many times playing a game. We were like a few people gathering, playing a game called Bananagrams. We all really liked it, and I think just the social gatherings around this funny game.
Oh yeah, the donuts. Yeah, the chef Mekri is dangerously good at making donuts. He made them fresh on the boat with chocolate and sprinkles on, and it was just so delicious.
Saya menyukai trip Halmahera karena banyak diferensial untuk tempat-tempat yang bisa kita kunjungi, variasi barang yang kita dapat, dan juga masyarakat yang ada di sini juga sangat ramah dengan pengunjung, terutama turis yang datang ke sini. Itu salah satu daya tarik yang utama juga, selain apa yang kita lihat di dalam air.
We had the opportunity to visit the village also, which was an experience seeing how they live and how self-sustained they are in this really remote place.
We met all the people, all the kids were crazy about seeing some Westerners, and that was also a moment I will never forget.
Kami kru di Sunshine, semua yang ada bekerja di sini, karena kita sering mengunjungi Halmahera, jadi sudah terjalin komunikasi dan interaksi kita dengan penduduk lokal akan pentingnya menjaga habitat kelestarian alam, dan itu juga penting untuk mereka. Itu juga penting untuk kami karena kami selalu memerlukan kelestarian alam yang akan dilindungi. Jadi sudah terjalin pengertian antara kami, kru Sunshine, dan orang-orang yang kita kunjungi di pulau ini untuk menjaga kelestarian laut dan sekitarnya, supaya laut juga bisa memberikan hasil yang bagus untuk kehidupan kita.
Whatever the fish allowed, you could see corals like to the end of visibility, which I think is absolutely amazing.
Ada tamu bilang karang di sini hampir sama dengan ada satu tempat yang di Raja Ampat, namanya Melissa Garden.
Combination with just beautiful corals, it's nice visibility with the blue background, and then you have all the fish swimming around you. That was one of my favorite dive sites.
You know, I found the walking shark, which is endemic to that area, is something that, you know, it's like as a scuba diver you're seeing a species that doesn't exist anywhere else, which is mind-blowing.
One for sure that I will never forget is a very unexpected encounter with a blue-ringed octopus. That's not something you will get probably too many times in your life, because we had a very long and very fortunate encounter with that, where it stayed around and it was showing off all its blueness, and that was great. We had about 10-15 minutes in the beginning where the amount of fish was absolutely crazy. More than that I cannot remember having ever seen. It was really just walls and walls of fish going in all directions, circling us, and that was very magical.
If you're a scuba diver and you're an experienced scuba diver and you like challenging dives, you like beautiful seascapes, you like to see a large variety of fish, you want to observe sharks close up, that is the trip for you. You have to do it. It has everything. So for every scuba diver, be it wide angle, be it macro, there is plenty for everyone. It's unforgettable.
Would you like to see it by yourself? To book your next adventure on the Sunshine, visit our website or message us on the social media. We are waiting for you.
Ketika mimpimu yang begitu indah tak pernah terwujud, ya sudahlah, dengarku bernyanyi mengejar